What's going on, guys? FrontalPanda here. Welcome to another video of mine. As many of you guys have seen, probably on TikTok or on YouTube Shorts, there's a new POGO mechanic. I've been studying it and figuring it out, seeing all the ins and outs of how it works. And today we will be going over the history of it, what's going on / how it's working, and the future of the mechanic from someone who has done it for over 20 hours, spent over 5+ hours in replays, dissecting the mechanic and figuring out everything about it. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. I produce and make these videos all by myself, so it would mean a lot if you press that red sub button. Let's get right into the video. So the history. Technically, this isn't a new mechanic. It's been around for 3 years. A little over it, actually. But all of them that happened were by accident, and they were never replicated again. Oldest one of those 3 that I found was from April of 2021. So over 3 years ago. As you're seeing on your screen now, it was from a person that posted only one TikTok ever, and their name was Sizzle9999. Remember this video? He's going to be in later in the video. He goes up to the ceiling, drops down, and there it is. The thing that happens. As what I can find, this is the first ever recorded and posted video of this mechanic happening. But since that clip, there's been 2 other instances that I was able to find of this happening. First one being craziest of them all. It was done on June 14th, 2022. It was posted by a professional player named Spider when they were in the middle of doing professional scrims, and it happened again. As you're going to see, there's a pattern here where it's pretty random, but we'll get into that later. If we take a look at another tweet, we'll see multiple different angles of what this looked like from his POV and the POV of one of his teammates on the pitch. As you see, it's kind of crazy looking what goes on. But it's exactly what the mechanic is. When this came out, most people thought it was just another POGO, and nobody really passed it as anything until now. And the last one, and maybe the weirdest, happened on September 3rd of 2022. So still 2 years ago from this date. A player by the name of Muffins posted on Twitter one of his friends' clips of it happening. And it's the weirdest one of them. There's no ordinance to it. He just happened to hit the perfect spot of the POGO that allowed it to happen. Or I should say, glitch out. Again, we'll get more to that in a minute. At the time, most people thought, scrolling through the Twitter posts, most people thought it was fake. They thought it was low gravity or so on and so forth. If it was a 2-touch on the ground, nobody was able to explain it. But since 2 years ago, that mechanic went completely and utterly dark. Until about 4 days ago when I was streaming on Twitch, live every day by the way. And in the span of an hour, several people came into my Twitch chat saying, "Hey, have you seen the new mechanic that Squishy's streaming about?" I'm like, no, I haven't. What are you guys talking about? So I obviously had to go take a look for myself. So the day before that, Sizzle was in Squishy's chat and brought up this video to him, this 3.5-year-old video to him about the POGO, and it intrigued Squishy. It intrigued him enough that it was able to be replicated. And long story short, he actually tried to go for it while he was actively doing so and send him clips of it happening. So I decided I would try to help. And now we're here. Since we have gone through the history of it now, and we have arrived to the present day, it's time to talk about what's actually going on with the mechanic / glitch and how it's done. All right, so now it's time for what's going on here / how it's being done, aka a tutorial. By the way, real quick, if you're wondering what the timer in the top right is or the thing below me, this is all being live recorded. I'm currently doing a donathon on Twitch, aka I don't end my stream till that timer ends, and that timer goes up every time someone donates or orders a factor 75. All right, so I have a decent bit of replays of all different varieties of the POGO, small ones happening, and one's up to the ceiling happening. I have the full range, and stuff gets kind of confusing. We're gonna hop into a ceiling one, and I'm gonna show you exactly what is happening. So first, we're just gonna play it in full speed. As you can see, this is one that went to the ceiling. But when we slow it down, you can really see what's going on. And earlier, when you heard me talking about how it's a glitch, it is 100% actually a glitch that's happening. So if we come in close here and we watch the back wheel's hitbox, what you'll notice is the hitbox of the wheel for a split second glitches out into the hitbox and goes back. With that being said, pretty much the theory here, which I don't think it's a theory, is what's happening is at this pixel perfect angle, the back wheels are being pinched between the ground and the back of the hitbox, causing the car to freak out and go flying. Let me play it again here real quick. back hitbox glitches out, back wheels hitbox glitches out, and it goes flying. So that's basically what's happening with it. But there's a problem here. There is absolutely, positively no consistency whatsoever between every time you do it. And I'll show you that in a second. First thing, I'm going to establish something. Every single one that is done, it has the exact same angle when landing on the ground. Meaning this is a pixel perfect glitch. You can't get a good one without hitting the exact angle. You can't get one period without hitting the exact angle. And this is the angle. I'll put on screen here 6 different replays showing the exact same angle of everyone, and you won't be able to tell a difference. It's all the same angle. I'll play it through. You'll see it. Now the problem here, the consistency. There's no such thing as this being consistent of height or anything. If you run a Taz and you do it, it'll do the same height over and over again. But no attempt is going to have the same height if you hit it. Now, hitting it in general is a 1 in very large odds. It's very big. I've gone for this for 10 hours plus. I spent some time learning Taz real quick to see if I could Taz one to the ceiling. And even that, I couldn't even get a Taz to the ceiling. I had so many different ones where it was different heights, so on and so forth. And there was no way to replay a Taz and make one that worked turn into one that became a ceiling one. There's no way whatsoever. And I tried for multiple hours. So I'm going to show you a replay here. This is going to say replay. I need you to remember how this looks. I'm going to go to another replay where it's one that got absolutely no height. Tell me if you notice anything different. There it is playing. Slow down. Key here. Both wheels glitch at the exact same time. Key. And you go flying, right? Now I'm going to go to a different replay where I hit a extremely small one. So here is a small version of it. As you can see, car got no height. But if you looked closely, the exact same thing happens. As you can see, same angle. Both wheels bounce at the same time. Ignore this. This is a replay glitch. It keeps teleporting up and down. But you'll see it was the same angle when it happened, and both wheels went at the exact same time with the glitch. Now, I say that because you can have it happen where only one wheel goes, and your car kind of glitches out sometimes, and other times it just, nothing really happens. But if you don't get it with both wheels, it won't happen. Finally got one where it was kind of close to the replay not glitching out. Same exact angle. The wheels are glitched back here, even though it doesn't look like it. They are. You can see the wheel hitbox is supposed to be around this area. When I play it, you'll notice. But same exact angle. Everything's the same here. The Scarab is an Octane hitbox, by the way. So the exact same hitbox is happening here. There's nothing different between the two cars. This is just another example I had of it. As if I play it, you'll see the wheels go back to where they're supposed to be on the hitbox. And the car got no height. There's nothing different here. Both had supersonic speed. Both hit the angle at the exact same angle. And both had both wheels at the exact same time glitch out and go. So basically, long story short with what's going on, this is a hitbox glitch. And there's really no other way to put it. It is completely a hitbox glitch. And there's no consistency to it whatsoever. At all. I spent close to 15-20 hours going for it, doing it, so on and so forth. I've gotten so many different variations of heights between them, tens of thousands of attempts, and there's no consistency, none whatsoever. It is a complete and utter glitch. Another thing with this mechanic, it is hitbox based. Certain hitboxes do not work, one being the Dominus. Any hitbox where the wheel is close to the back of the car, the wheel hitbox is close to the back of the car, or behind it, works. The Dominus's back wheel hitbox is too far forward where you cannot pinch that wheel hitbox between the ground and the back of your car to send it flying. The Octane hitbox works, the F1 hitbox works, and the Breakout hitbox works. Those are the three that I know work. I've been told the Merc hitbox works, and I also know the Plank hitbox works. I spent at least 2 hours plus going for it with the Dominus, and I didn't get one at all with it. Not even a small one, not even a failed attempted one, nothing. And I had multiple people go for it. But I know what you guys are here for as well. How it's done. What's going on? How do I do it? Right? And we'll hop right in and show you. Hopefully I can get one while recording this. As it's such a inconsistent thing. It's really hit or miss if I do. First things first. Side note, this also kind of has to do with your speed of when you're going down. The only ones I've seen that have gone to the ceiling have been supersonic, but I've had plenty of supersonic ones have a very, very small bounce. But I've also never seen one that went to the ceiling without going supersonic, and I've studied a lot of them. First things first here. Step one, easiest way to do this is by going up the wall and falling down from the ceiling. I have my dead zone cranked really, really far up, so when I'm pushing down on the joystick here, my front wheels don't move at all if I'm pushing to the right or the left a little bit. So it makes sure I'm straight up and down. I've been doing this since the first time I started doing them. Second thing, go up to the ceiling. You want to fall down, get yourself some speed. Try and get yourself a little bit supersonic close to before you land. And all it is you're pulling back on the stick while hitting the ground at that pixel perfect angle. If you don't pull back on the stick, it's not going to work. If you're holding down drive or acceleration, it's not going to work. You have to hit the ground at the pixel perfect angle while pulling back on the joystick or S on your keyboard. So when you go for it, go down, boost a bit, pull back, and it's literally just a timing thing. It's all it is. It's a complete timing thing. There's no consistency to it really at all. But this is all you're doing. We're going up, boosting down a bit, getting to the point where you feel comfortable pulling down on your joystick and letting it rip and hoping that it actually lands and works. I'm going to try one more here. Try and get one for the video, even if it's a small one. But we'll get into what I think the future of this is and why I don't really think this is viable or even smart to even attempt in like say a ranked game, which is what the original aspect of it was brought up upon. Hey, we got one for the recording. All right, I'm actually doing this in a private match. So I got the replay of it. We're going to go look at that and I'll show you the difference of it. But that took me, plus free play, 5 minutes just to even get a small one. And that's a good 50 plus attempts. And that's one of the quickest times I've ever gotten one. And even then, again, it was a mini one. There's not really much crazy value to that when it comes to it actually being useful for, say, like a ranked game. We're gonna go for one more here and then we're gonna check out the replay of what happened there and how I did it. I don't know how to say this. Besides that, the replay didn't say. So we have it on recording though. But you saw the steps I took to take it. I have a controller overlay. You can use the controller overlay if you even need to help you with figuring out how to go for it. But again, it's just boost down, angle yourself, pull back. First try! As I said, use the controller overlay. That's actually crazy. I've never had that happen. On stream 2 days ago, it literally took me 2 hours to hit one. So it's really, really, really inconsistent because of the pixel perfect spot. I just got really lucky there, and I was fortunately able to hit one pretty easily or pretty soon for the video. All right, so we're going to save replay this time. Save the replay. And we're going to go check out what happened there on that first attempt. Slow it down to 5%. Turn on hitboxes. And if you look at this attempt, we'll see there is nothing different between the other ones of the ceiling and the ground one. We'll see the same exact angle as the other ones were at. Both wheels glitch out at the exact same time. And it gets sent off. And it got about halfway up the field. With all that being said, we need to talk about the future of this mechanic slash glitch really quick. In my personal opinion, after spending hours upon hours doing it and studying this mechanic, I don't see a possible future for it being used in comp at all. It's way too risky. The chance of you getting the glitch is already low enough. On top of it, the only really useful part of the glitch is getting the one that goes to the ceiling, which makes the chances even lower and nowhere near worth it. A POGO would just be more viable at that point. So long story short, the only real way I see this ever being used is going to be as a freestyle move. These coming days, I'll be trying to go for it randomly in my stream on Twitch, and hopefully I'll get a clip with the ball. But wait, this glitch slash mechanic does need a name. There's a few names floating around right now, but this is what Squishy had to say about naming it.
I genuinely think though, if one of you guys in chat are able to get it to the point where you can nail that mechanic, if you can do it more than any other person, I think it should be named after you. So grind it out, try to hit it, and I think you deserve the name if you can actually apply it and, you know what I mean, like consistently do it in different ways. Like I think you deserve it to be called after you. That's the way I think, at least.
So far, the most popular names I've seen is the Super Pogo, the Bungee, the Mega Pogo, and of course in my comments, the Panda Pogo. Let me know in the comments below what you think it should be called and if you enjoyed the video. It would mean a lot to me on the feedback, especially with how much time I spent on this video. If you haven't already, press the like button, subscribe. This is everything you need to know on the new Pogo mechanic, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you soon.